Similar figures. Similar figures are figures that have the same shape, but not always the same size. Write this down. If two figures are similar, then they have these two criteria, meaning that the corresponding angles are congruent, they have the same size and same shape. You know which one's congruent with the other one because they have the same symbol by the angle. If you look at B, see how it has the half moon? Okay, we know it's congruent to angle Y because it has the same half moon. A has two half moons and it's congruent to X because X has two half moons. Okay. The other part of two figures being similar means their corresponding sides are proportional. They don't have to be the same length. They just have to be proportional to each other. As you can see, AB is proportional to XY, which is proportional to BC over YZ, and AC is proportional to X over XZ. So they write this as triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. Okay? Write this down and draw the figures. Find each missing measure. On this one, they only have one missing measure. This is X. Okay, we don't know what X is. We know the other side of that triangle, which is 12, and we know that triangle ABC, which is similar to triangle DEF. So what we do now, I always go small triangle over large triangle. We're going to set proportions. You don't have to do it. You can do large over small, but make sure you keep the sides on the same. Okay, so the large is always on the bottom and small is always on the top. Or vice versa. Large is always on top, small is on the bottom. Don't switch them. Okay, and this is going to make more sense here in a minute. So I'm going to go with the small triangle first. I'm going to go with 6 centimeters. Okay, which actually I'm going to do the sides. I want you guys to write out the sides before you actually put in numbers. So I want to do BC. Which side is proportional to BC? Someone raise your hand and tell me. Mackenzie. EF. Thank you. All right. Now, I've used BC. The only other side of that small triangle that has tells me how long it is AC. So we're going to go AC here. Remember, I've kept the small triangles always on top. So someone else raise your hand. Tell me what side is corresponding or proportional to AC. Braden? BF. Now that I've got it set up, I can just plug in my numbers, which BC is 6. EF is X. We don't know what it is. AC is 4. DF is 12. Okay? As we know from proportions, we can cross multiply and find out what X is. So what we do is we cross multiply. 6 times 12 is 72. 4 times X is 4X. 4 times the number is 72, so I divide by 4 to find out what that number is. 72 divided by 4. Someone want to raise your hand and tell me. Yes.
8.
It is not 8.
18.
It is 18. 18 is X. So it is 18 centimeters. So X is 18 centimeters. Okay, I'm not going to make you draw these triangles, but I want you to set them up with me as I set them up. So everything I write, you need to write. Small over large. I'm going to go with my D feet. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Right here is the D. So what side is that? Someone raise your hand and tell me what side. What is this? What do we call this side right here? Someone raise your hand. Someone raise your hand. It's WX. Thank you. Nobody.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you meant.
That's what I was asking, is what the name of that side is. Okay? Someone raise your hand and tell me what side is proportional to WX. Pile? SR. Good. Okay? The only other of this small figure right here, the only other side that they give you is 4. So that would be WZ. So someone raise your hand and tell me what side is proportional to WZ. Riley? RU. Good. Okay, he was not fooled. Okay, most people would want to go ST because they're on the same side. They're on the left of the figure. But does that make them proportional? No. Okay. They don't give us ST. Okay, so that is part of why you wouldn't want to pick it anyway. But RU is proportional to WZ because of look at the angles. Okay, R is congruent to W and angle Z is congruent to angle U. Right, so that means they have to be the same side. So now we just fill in our numbers. WX is D. SR is 49. WZ is 4. And RU is 28. So now we cross multiply. We get 28D equals 4 times 49. Someone raise your hand. Tell me what 4 times 49 is. Blaine?
196.
196. Thank you for raising your hand, Blaine. We have 28 times a number equals 196. So we divide by 28 to both sides. D equals, someone raise your hand, tell me what 196 divided by 28 is.
Divided by what?
196 divided by 28. Yes, Paul.
7.
It is 7. Good. Okay. So WX is 7 feet long. Don't forget your units. Okay. That's supposed to be an F. That doesn't look like one. All right. Well, let's look at it. Is that right? Does that seem about right? Because look at WZ is 4. Well, look at the corresponding side is 28. 4 times what gives us 28? 7. Well, if we've got 7 here and 49 here, what's 7? What times 7 to get 49? 7. So technically this is 7 times bigger. Right? They both increase by 7. So we know they're... Okay, go ahead and draw these shapes out. Alright, so what we need to do, we need to find out what A is. Alright. Now, it doesn't matter if you go large over small here. I like to go in, let's keep it small over large. So in your homework, I expect you to write it out just like we write it out. Okay, so set up the proportions with the names of the sides and then put in the numbers. Okay, you are always expected to show your work. Okay, that is half the battle. Alright. I'm going to do GH first. That's going to be proportional to JK. Equals. Now I want someone to raise your hand and tell me which side we're going to go with for the small triangle for the second proportion. Are we going to go with HI or we're going to go with GI? Someone raise your hand and tell me, Riley.
GI.
He says GI, which would be this side right here, right?
Wrong.
Shh. Okay, Riley, I want you to tell me what side that's proportional to on the big triangle. Okay, there's not a number right here, is there? No. Okay, so even though they give us this number, okay, do they need to? Could we solve this without this number? Yeah. Okay, we don't know here. Okay, so we can't use that. Now later we might solve for it if you want to actually know what it is, but we can't use that side. So what side are we going to use, Riley? HI. Which, someone raise your hand and tell me what side is that proportional to? Pop?
KJ.
KJ. We've already done the JK. How about KL? Good. Once we set it up, now we can solve it. So GH is 4. JK is A. HI is 7. KL is 14. Someone raise your hand and tell me what we do next. Braden? Cross multiply. 4 times 14. Someone want to tell me what that is?
What?
4 times 14. Yep. 56 equals 7a. So I divide by 7. A equals 8. Right? 56 divided by 7 is 8. Yeah. 63 divided by 7 is 9. Nice try, though. Okay, so JK is 8 centimeters long.
So A equals B.
A equals 8. Any questions on how to do that? Here's your homework.